That's right.
Because I get to do it here. There's no censor. There's no FCC.
Disgusting. It's disgusting.
I don't have any kids. We don't have any kid fans. Oh, so the other thing I do is I'll take video. Well, it depends if Eddie can sing. Then I usually cut out the video to make separate ones too, because those are so much more shareable. All right, so I think we're live. All right, everybody. This is DJ Gill. This is the Power Pop Shop live stream we do on Monday nights at 8:30. Yeah, we should have a theme song. DJ BK was just drumming a little. Maybe the Popravinas can come up with a theme song. We'll do a little like.
Oh, that sounds good.
Actually,
just let us know. You want instrumental or you want lyrics? What do you want?
Oh, lyrics, man.
Lyrics. Just tell us the keywords and we'll
yeah, 1 minute could be thing. I might be able to come up with lyrics. You guys come up with the music.
I love it.
So the Popravinas are on tonight, and we're hoping that Christopher Elam, a great Chicago musician that I know, and DJ BK knows, comes on too, but he has not responded to a couple of my Facebook messages when I sent him the link for StreamYard. So, he may have forgotten.
So sweet.
Yeah, we hope he's okay. He may have met a chick today, and he fell in love, and they're walking down by the pier, and talking about all their dreams. But
he had a wild Flag Day celebration, and he just kept raging.
Right. He was reliving. We were talking about the Mutts, where he was reliving that. He's reliving that scene.
Exactly.
Christopher invited me. He'll be here. So Doug told me that Christopher will be here. I don't know. Thanks, Doug. Appreciate it. So hopefully Christopher is coming on. I was going to have him go first, but because maybe that would give Eddie time and we can talk a little bit musically. Mm-hmm. So I know Eddie is the lead singer of the Popravinas, a really cool band, guys, out of Southern California. Oh, here comes Eddie.
Oh, man. Just in time.
Oh,
there
okay.
he is. Woo-hoo.
Oh, okay. I sent him the link. Okay. I will send Christopher the link. There is Eddie, the lead singer of the Popravinas. So DJ BK, take it away, because I've got to take care of this link issue.
Oh, fantastic. All right, you got some business to take care of. So, hey, guys, thanks very much for joining us on the stream this week, and this Monday. It's great to have you. Talk about how you've been weathering this lovely pandemic that we've been having.
Well, I know John's been having a lot more fun than me, so I'll let him tell you.
Yeah?
A lot more fun. Well, where I live is a little more relaxed than where Eddie lives. So he only gets out of the house to buy his Iron City beer at Whole Foods. He orders specially to be flown in. So
yeah,
I get to go to the beach every day still in my undisclosed location in the north of Los Angeles.
Well, the one thing that has come good out of it is we've been able to start on this new record. So that's a big plus.
That's awesome. How is the process, though, in this situation?
What was that again?
How is the process of making this? How is it being done in this situation?
Actually, that's a good one for John there.
Well, first of all, I guess that's a scoop. We haven't really told anyone we're recording a new album, but it's kind of happened out of necessity. We had a bunch of gigs lined up, a bunch of which were overseas, and then that wasn't going to happen. So they all got canceled, which would have been great. It would have been Spain, the UK, I think Scotland, but that's all right. We can make some more lemonade. So Eddie usually... Well, in the past, we would actually kind of do it the same way. We were just recording it differently. Eddie would kind of sing and play bass and then into like a demo, like a voicemail, and then he'd send that to me, and he'd kind of have most of the chords, and then I would take that and do like a very simple demo and make sure all the chords and places and arrangements set up and go back and forth with Eddie. And then once that's settled, we send that off to our drummer. We have a couple drummers, but our main drummer, David, has been able to record on his own, which has been awesome, and he's doing great work. And then once we get the basic drum track, then Dean and myself can add some guitars, and Dean plays guitar, and then I have the capacity to record guitar and hundreds of other instruments at my home studio. So and they're just going back and forth. It's a little slower process, but it's actually been kind of fun and different So, hopefully we'll get some great songs out of it. I think the songs are great. What do you think?
I dig them. I dig them.
It's off to a big start, definitely.
Yeah. So now, where are you guys? Are you guys all in SoCal? Is that where you're located?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm in Santa Monica. John's in Santa Barbara. Dean is in the Valley here. Originally,
nice.
John and I met. He was living in Santa Monica, but he's love has taken him to Santa Barbara.
Okay. Okay.
What happened to Dean?
I actually lived Cali. I went there for a year back in like '99. I wanted to learn more about the music biz aspect of it. And I took an extension class I took one at UCLA, and I lived with a couple of buddies up in like the Hollywood Hills off of Gower. And and I had a good buddy who lived in Santa Monica. And I used to go over there a lot. And one of the places we went to was really classic, and I'm sure you guys have been to it, was the Circle Bar, and I'm sure you guys were there.
Yeah,
that was a Chicago themed bar, right?
Yeah, I don't know. It was this crazy bar. It was
you're talking about in Santa Monica, right?
Yeah, in Santa Monica.
It's on Main Street in Santa Monica. It used to be a real sort of a real famous dive bar, and sometime, I don't know, 10 years or so ago, some other people bought it and turned it into sort of an upscale sort of hip hop bar,
like a dance club now.
Yeah, that's random, man.
But I know what you mean. I was in it back in the days you're talking about, and it was a great place.
It was a great dive bar. It was down a dirty place, but a lot of fun, and it was cool because of the circle. It was a whole bar, and it just went around the circle. And, so then you get like great viewage, right? Like if anybody you wanted.
It was kind of known as a pickup place,
Yeah, you had that 360 view, and it was a late night joint. So like
a lot of young debutantes looking for gentlemen callers late night. And
yeah.
DJ Gill, good tea.
What? Yeah, that's me, man.
Good tea? Nice.
So Eddie, I wanted to ask you too, because I'm reading the bio for the Popravinas. By the way, guys, you should all check out the Popravinas online. They're on everything, right? Streaming, Bandcamp, whatever it is.
Spotify, Bandcamp, iTunes. If you send us your email on Facebook, I'll send you some free tunes.
Yeah, and they have some great. Their music is super cool, and I don't know, I describe it like a Replacements garagey thing mixed with alt country and sometimes like a little surf vibe. Like when I listen to your songs, I feel like, yeah, there's that Replacements vibe, so that makes me think of the Midwest. But there's still like this Cali like feel that comes through your songs. I don't know how. Maybe it's the guitar tone. I don't know what it is, but like when I listen to your songs, I'm like, oh yeah, I could totally be like on the 101 with my like convertible, and this would be an awesome jam to play. Oh. Is that on purpose? It just sort of happened, or?
Well, it's funny. It didn't have that so much initially, like when we first started, but it sort of was drifting in that direction. And John is really good at that kind of guitar style, which many guitar styles, but that particular thing. So at a certain point, really, I think say it was before this record in 2017, the California Sonic, just sort of decided, hey, instead of fighting the California thing, let's just go with it. Let's use it in the title. Let's get a lot of influence in the songs, because we noticed that a lot of people, for example, like in Spain, just for one example, were really into that kind of sound and really responsive to it. So since around 2017, it's become a bit more of a direction. Before that, not as much, but since 2017, yeah.
Yeah, that's super cool. And now we have Chris. Let's welcome Chris Elam into the stream.
Hey,
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, brother.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, like most important emails, that ended up in some sort of spam folder.
Yeah, I got you. It's all good. This is the Popravinas, man. They're a great band out of Cali. We got John and Dean and Eddie. And, of course, guest co-host of the Power Pop Shop Live, DJ BK, and myself, DJ Gill. Hi. And Chris is a Chicago musician, excellent, outstanding artist, musician, and songwriter. Your last album was super cool. It's got that Elliott Smith vibe. I don't mean that like that you're copying him. I just mean like that's the vibe I hear, which is I to me is like a huge compliment. I hope you take it that way.
Oh, I'm copying him for sure. Yeah.
Right.
Well, he's not around, so you can do it.
There's space for
But he
one.
was a super talented cat. There's no doubt about that. And it would have been great to see like what he would have done on upcoming albums for sure. So Chris put out an album. What was that 2018?
Yeah, end of 2018.
Yeah, and you had a song on there called Madeline that I thought was such a cool song. It's an awesome song, and even has like a little soul feel to it, but it's a complete power pop song. And that was on one of my I think that year when I made my little 10 best. It would have been on my 10 best list if I'm sure I had one. That particular track. So the Popravinas, maybe check that out. Christopher Elam. That song is called Madeline. What's the name of the album again, Chris?
Notes from the Borderline.
Okay, Notes from the Borderline. So,
Christopher, this is a non-smoking stream, but we'll make an exception because you are a guest.
no, we were just talking about that because you were saying how, at WNUR, the FCC will crack down because God forbid you should swear, but since this is anything goes. You can say fuck, shit, you can drink, smoke, whatever.
It's rock and roll again.
It's all rock and roll. We're just talking about the replacements. This can be, this is anything goes, man.
I don't know if any of you guys have had the pleasure of seeing Guided by Voices before, but watching Robert
Pollard.
He is chain smoking and chain drinking the whole time. I haven't seen him since they banned smoking in some bars, but that's what he did throughout.
You guys like the Fountains of Wayne? I'm guessing. Right?
Robert Pollard.
You guys like Fountains of Wayne? I'm gonna just guess it.
Dean in particular was.
I love Fountains of Wayne. Bright
So
future and still.
Fountains of Wayne. Did you notice whenever you'd watch them play? And I'm friends with a guy who used to actually be their road tech, who has a great band himself. My friend Brad, who has a band called The Glad Machine, who's fantastic. They're coming out with new stuff. But he's good friends with all those Fountains of Wayne guys because he's good friends with Chris Collingwood. They both live in Northampton, Mass. But if you ever noticed that the guitar player, I can't even think of his name, it looked like he should be in a different band, first of all. He didn't have that power pop vibe. He had that old school, classic rock vibe, the long hair. But then he always had a cigarette dangling out of his mouth when the Fountains of Wayne would play. He's an amazingly guitar player, constantly. It never left his mouth. And I was just amazed at
It was an e-cigarette.
Is it Jody Porter?
Yeah, he always has a cigarette. Watch videos if you can. I've seen him a few times. Always had a cigarette just hanging out of his mouth while he's doing these just really ripping melodic tight guitar solos. And it something sort of really pretty fucking cool about it.
Man, I hate to admit it. Sometimes smoking looks cool. I mean, don't smoke, kids. But it doesn't.
Don't smoke, but it does.
You can smoke fake cigarettes; it'll still make you look cool. But
a lot of women used to look really damn cool too in the bars.
I know.
I think it probably started with Ronnie Wood and Keith Richard.
Yeah. Keith used to dangle that,
And
lower lip.
Joe Perry.
Bunny Carlos.
Oh yeah.
Bunny Carlos too. Good call, Chris.
Yeah.
I never understood how you could play drums and smoke at the same time. That's pretty impressive.
I think that's a cigarette. I'm not sure.
I couldn't walk and smoke a cigarette. All right, so let's get into some music, guys. I was gonna have Chris. I was gonna have you wow us first, man, if you don't mind, with a few songs. Is that cool?
Sure. Yeah.
Definitely.
Are you working on anything new, Chris? New stuff.
I'm trying.
Okay.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Doing a lot of covers lately.
Are you? Okay. What kind of thing would you cover things that maybe we would think not that you wouldn't cover, or you're pretty much in the same sort of vibe of your music?
Yeah, pretty well. I'm covering. I'm about to release a cover of Eric Johnson's "Cliffs of Dover."
Oh yeah.
That's maybe something people wouldn't expect out of me, but otherwise, it's I'm covering Neil Young, and stuff like that. The Wonders, to go back to Fountains of Wayne.
Oh, that thing you do.
Mm-hmm.
All right, nice.
So yeah, should I just start?
Yeah, let's rock out, man. Give people some great music.
Can you hear this okay?
I'm gonna go solo on you, and I'm gonna yep, I can. Now, there's a little trick if you want to do it. It's up to you. But since we took a while to get it going, it's pretty easy. If you want to do it, it makes the sound a little bit better because streaming's not so fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
If you click on that little button on the bottom there on the toolbar, it says Cam and Mic.
Yep.
You go into Audio,
Okay.
and then you want to disable that audio processing that like pushes the stream down. So we're not going to be able to talk. We're going to sound super psychedelic and weird, but you'll sound better. And then all I ask is that when you're done with your song, if you do that, that after the song, then you go ahead and like put it back on so we can talk.
Cool. That sounds good. Okay.
It's up to you.
This song's called Empty Armor. Often in the morning, your words back at my door. When I'm looking for the light switch that I can't find anymore. So I thought I'd tell you now the shit that I've endured. The snow fell hard around me, it stung the whole way home. Been reborn as harmless, no fight left in my soul. I just stood and froze and felt the truth behind a joke. And you've been the half-lit moon shining on the worst part of this town. On the lonely midnight diners where the broken man and the lost can be found. And you take away their wealth and what you wanna have over them you couldn't sell. 'Cause you cannot be gold till the rest are stone. When I gave you my confession, it meant nothing in the end. It was a suit of empty armor, the role to pretend. So who you talking to and call me your friend? 'Cause you're just a half-lit moon shining on the worst part of this town. And the failures of the trying, the emptiness of the busted playgrounds. But you can't play your cards well unless you're alone at the table before the hand gets dealt. You will not cash in till no one else can. Take away their wealth, what you wanna have over them you can sell. 'Cause you cannot be gold till the rest are stone. You cannot be gold till the rest are stone. Thank you. Enable audio processing.
Or yeah, you can just click. Actually, what you want to do is just
I got it.
click it off. Yeah.
Christopher, where'd you learn to pick like that?
Elliott Smith Records.
See, you missed it.
It worked too. It totally
Yeah.
works. Yeah. So, Chris, I saw you a while ago actually at the you did the Big Star tribute that Larry Dean does. I think it's the first time I saw you play live. And then I remember you came out with the album, and I have the show. I have a show on WNUR for those who don't know, but I'm guessing if you're watching this that you do. The station has been closed since early March. It's the Power Pop Shop on WNUR 89.3. And they hope to be back by the end of September. But anyways, I saw you. I got the album, and I thought it was fantastic. And Doug pointed out that the album is on Bandcamp. You can go christopherelam.bandcamp.com, and the album's called Notes from the Borderline.
Thank you, Doug.
And then I was going to International Pop Overthrow Festival maybe like a year ago at the Live Wire, David Bash's thing. And you were playing. You happened to be playing on the same night that my buddy and my the band I used to manage for a long time, and we have on Big Blast Records, Mark Watson and Mark Watson Band. And I saw that they were playing. And when I saw that you were playing, I was pretty psyched. But I just expected to see you solo at the time, acoustic, because that's usually what you do. And then I saw that you had a full band, and I told those guys, like Mark and Casey McDonough was there, and I told those guys, wow, man, I'm super stoked that like Chris has a full band, because those songs like are gonna sound so sonically great, like, you know, like that. And especially when you started getting out there and rocking, it was a great experience. I really loved it.
Thank you.
So is that something that would you consider getting into, like the whole full band thing?
I've been trying. I mean, I started in full bands and like, you know, indie rock bands and stuff, but it's hard to find people, you know.
DJ BK is available.
Yeah.
And he makes good coffee too, and he'll go get the donuts too for you. And bring them to the studio.
Yeah. Give me a call. Talk to my agent.
Done
So
deal.
you have like a pretty nice little sort of looking. Let's get back to that studio setup I see in the back. Do you have a full kit back there? I can't see it. My eyes are.
It's an electronic one.
Oh, okay, right on.
It fits with my electronic cigarette. Yeah.
Okay, nice. And you got a candy apple Strat back over there, right?
It's a Telly. And
Oh yeah, really?
let's see if I can do this.
I've got the spirit angle where it looks like it has the Strat, you know, like longer. Angle.
Oh, if you're talking about the red and white one,
Yeah.
that one, that's
Yeah.
that's a P bass.
Oh, okay, I got you.
And then Epiphone, Telly.
Yeah, oh, there's the Telly. Okay, got it. Nice. So, what else you got for us, man? You don't have to play Madeline. Is it Madeline? It's Madeline, right?
Madeline, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Is that somebody real, or is that more just you got worked for the song? Or you don't want to say? You don't have.
I like pretentious French names. I mean, that's, like it just lends a little bit like high class to your rock song.
All right, so we'll look for a song like Angelique or something like that.
Angelina, yep.
Angelina, there you go.
That one's in.
That is on your album. That's right.
But that's a real name, so
Okay.
I can't take the blame for that one. But
All right. Right on.
Would it be cool? Would it be okay if I did a cover? Is that okay?
You can cover, of course. Yeah, do whatever you want.
This is the a cover. I'm disabling audio processing. This is a cover by Bang Super Drag that I'm sure you guys all know. And
I love Super Drag.
They kind of got me into power pop, so I thought this would be appropriate. But here it goes. Bottles on the windowsill, they've got a tale to tell, and I can't put it any other way. I just wanna stay right here in your arms till the morning comes. I know I'm safe and warm. You've been mine for so long now. Seems like I've forgotten now.
The light that shines on you is too bright for the skies, and bottles on the windowsill. There's a broken heart they will never heal, and I can't put it any other way. I just wanna stay right here in your arms till the morning comes. I'll be safe and warm.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, man. Superdrag. I love Superdrag. Such a
Yeah.
great band.
They're so good.
Yeah, and they don't have a ton of ballads, but that's a great one, and you did a great job on it.
Thanks.
And Pine Away is another great Superdrag ballad. Love that one too. And then DJ BK and myself are what I would call recreational guitar players. We're not like you guys, but we play. And our cover band has played Superdrag Sucked Out a few times on stage. That was fun.
Love that song.
Yeah, it's a great song.
Christopher, on your album, did you do all the instrumentation?
Yeah. Except I have a friend who sang some backups with me. She's really awesome. But yeah, all the instruments. Yeah.
And you got a couple of highs. Karen says hey, Chris, and Heidi as well.
Hi, Karen.
Hi, Heidi.
And Heidi knows Bill, I take it as well.
Yep.
DJ BK. Heidi is a fan.
I play in a band.
Even fan.
Okay. You play in a band, Chris?
Oh yeah, with Heidi and Karen called Things That Fly.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't even know that. Because Heidi somehow we're Instagram buddies, but I don't think we know each other. But somehow that happened. So like it does.
She just follows people who are cool.
Yeah, and she accidentally pressed the button when she saw my profile. So what are some of the bands that are there any? What did you grow up digging, Chris? Like for band wise, was it like?
Oh man, when I was growing up, I was like, I remember it was like Vanilla Ice, and then Kiss, and then Cheap Trick, and then punk rock, and then power pop. I think with the order.
I like the progression from Vanilla Ice to Kiss to power pop. It's very
natural progression there, I think. Where are you from originally, Christopher?
Like Central Illinois.
Yeah. So did you go to U of I or where did you go?
No. I am a proud high school dropout.
Okay.
Never went to college. Yeah.
So you're the smart one.
Did
you ever get? So did you get? I was just wondering because you're from Central Illinois. If you got into those Champagne power pop bands like Adam Schmidt and Titanic Love Affair and stuff like that.
Titanic Love Affair I've only heard about and Tales of Lore.
They're an incredible band. You got to find them on YouTube. That you can't even find their stuff or you can buy the album on Discogs or something.
Is that's Jay Bennett's old?
Yep, that was Jay Bennett's big first thing.
Nice.
They're incredible. Do the Popravinas know Titanic Love Affair? Anybody?
Oh yeah, I know. Get Me Out of TLA, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're awesome.
Wasn't there supposed to be a documentary on him? Did that come out yet? Or
I don't know.
Get that going. I don't know.
There's a really cool documentary coming out here from people here on Jim Ellison, and they've been promoting that a lot from Material Issue, who was, of course, a big deal here in Chicago.
Nice.
And a lot of people knew him here, obviously. Chris, you have one more? You can do one more, man.
Yeah, man, I'll do one more. I wasn't sure if we had the time.
Yeah, we got time for one more, and then we're going to get to some of the Popravinas, man.
All right. Well, I'll do Madeline then.
Okay. You don't have to, but sure.
You got to play the hits. Come on.
That song's pretty good.
like fashion and Polaroids. That might have been just a sort of cheap disguise that took your place while you tried to hide a mile behind your eyes. Feeling dies and it floats on by. Suddenly you're sure that the dance beat's taking away the time. Wasn't there something else you wanted to find before you lost yourself again? Madeline, I would be happy to drive you home tonight. Shake it off and let it go tonight. I would be happy to drive you home.
Madeline, Christopher Elam, man, such a great jam, such a great song.
Thank you.
And so if you guys get the album, you can get it on Bandcamp, and it was awesome acoustic, completely amazing, and then it's really nice on the album because that song, it's pretty rocking, and you get to hear everything, sonically like the bigger guitars and the drums and everything else, which is pretty great. Yeah, that was awesome, man. So you got any big summer plans, man, before we get to the Popravinas? Anything happening, Chris?
I am just doing protests and taking a long look inside myself.
All right, man.
Enjoy the club.
I would do that. It's a little scary for me, but maybe I will. After 15 years of therapy, which I don't do anymore, like that didn't even help me enough.
Oh man, I get that. Yeah.
All right, man. So let's give it up for Chris, man. Chicago.
All right.
Good work, man.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, man. So, Chris, you're welcome to hang. You're welcome to, if you don't want to hang, we understand. We're gonna.
I'm hanging.
Whatever. All right, hang, brother. Hang. Everybody hangs. I always tell people you don't have to hang.
I mean, unless you want me to go.
No, I don't want you to. I want you to critique if Eddie plays a song, I want you to really rip into it. I want you to rip into him, man.
No.
All right, so we have the Popravinas who we mentioned, and I don't know if DJ BK have you heard the Popravinas before?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now the guys have a super cool sound. It's like Replacements meets like cool Wilco alt country with a little surf vibe. They have great harmonies. But what's really great about you guys too is like you never sacrifice like the hooks, the melodies. They're all really strong. And I was really fortunate. You guys, it was very cool of you to, at least I know, to ask me to be in a video for a great song, that single that you guys have called
That's right. Yeah.
To Make an Easy Living. And that's me. That's my. And you got my best side. Let me see. I'll put John up. So you got my best side too.
Get out of the way.
And my hair was much shorter because I haven't been really into getting the haircut.
Is that your co-host on the screen there? That cartoon guy? Who's this guy right here?
Yeah, that is. That's DJ BK's avatar.
Is that him? But I think they're gonna bring him back.
John, you had it ready to go there.
It's a professional operation here.
Yeah. John's a professional. Like,
he's the professional part of the Popravinas.
I know that John is like the promo guy. I can see that when I see it online. Every band needs a pro, like one guy who can do all that social stuff.
Exactly. Well, Eddie heads up the Twitter. To be fair, that's his domain.
All right, right on.
Yeah, I've had time for it.
Yeah, so I appreciate you guys. Next time you have a video, if I could be on that one, I'm gonna try to get. I couldn't get like a selfie video. There's DJ BK knows. There's nowhere in WNUR if you want me to be on the like a video of me on the mic to get me from the front because it's just there's.
I think, like I said before, we're not really an image band, so if you want to lip sync our song for us, you can lip sync for us, and we won't even be in the video.
An idea right there.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are gonna do the theme song to the Power Pop Shop live, so
no one wants to look at us. That's just fine, you know.
You guys rock it. When I watch the videos of some of your shows online, your live stuff, I've seen them, and it looks like everybody's having like the greatest time at your shows. To be honest,
it's definitely a fun band live. That's probably one of the strong points. You know, anything can happen, and usually it does.
It looks really fun.
Sense of humor is definitely key for our music. Sense of humor.
Yeah,
have you been to Chicago? Have you been out here?
Been to Chicago?
As a band, you mean the Popravinas?
No, we haven't.
We've had offers, though. We've had offers.
That could be coming, but a lot of things could be coming if we could ever get rid of a pandemic.
I know.
Have you been mostly playing West Coast and that region since your formation?
Actually,
we've been back east a couple times last year. Last year we went to where John is from, in Albany, New York. We played there in New York City. And then in October, we went into Pennsylvania, where I'm from. We played Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, where I was born. So we've been moving this thing around. And as John mentioned earlier, we were supposed to take a trip up Northern California in May. And a few weeks later, then we were going, as he mentioned, to the UK and Spain, and that all got wiped out because of this. But hopefully it'll get reset at some point. Right. But Chicago, in fact, Dean, who was on here, I know he's got some connections up in Chicago. He's mentioned about playing there.
Yeah. Well, now you do too.
Yeah, no, I do. Well, I put on shows here, of course, not now, and usually 2 or 3 a year, and they do pretty well. I don't try to do too many, and that sort of helps. And I do a lot of promo and have really cool bands, luckily, and they've gone really well at big crowds. But
maybe we'll do a show with Chris's band if he lets us.
Yeah, you guys definitely. Because originally I was thinking of doing like almost a mini.
Hey, Chris, can I borrow a guitar amp so I don't have to bring one?
I got it.
We'll have a kit.
Give me a good deal. Half price for me.
We'll have a kit set up for you guys. Everything.
So you guys mentioned Spain too, and Spain seems to love their power pop, don't they?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we found that out kind of early. I mean, the first record that we ever did several years ago, we sort of found it out then, and we were close to going there a few years ago, and it didn't happen. And then we were more than close going this time. We actually had a date at the Wurlitzer Ballroom with another band from Madrid. The name escapes me at the moment, but we had a date. Everything was all set until this all got called off. But yeah, you're right about Spain. It's definitely a happening place as far as this kind of music goes.
Yeah, Spain, Scandinavia, Japan.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird thing we weren't expecting with our first album and second album. We noticed a lot of Brazil and Spain and a lot of these places we weren't really anticipating had this big interest in that kind of music, which was kind of weird. And if we look at the Spotify numbers or the Bandcamp numbers, it's not that they're huge, but usually they're from mostly those places. So. We've had offers, but just getting over there is super expensive. So but that's all right. We'll get there someday.
We'll get you guys. We'll get you guys to Chi-Town, man.
I love Chicago. That's one of the best cities to hang out with I've ever hung out in. It's great.
I mean, you know what the gig is like. It's
Yeah.
it's gonna be door pay, but like if you got a
It's all
place,
right.
we'll find a place to crash for you guys. And
I'm gonna go to a baseball game though. I've never been to a Sox game. I've only been to a Cubs game. So
the stadium's okay, but it's still fun to go to the game there for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Guaranteed Rate Field, is that it?
It's got some weird name.
Isn't that where that's what they play now? Right?
Yes.
Guaranteed Rate Field.
Yeah, those names are so romantic, like Comiskey Park or Wrigley Field. So did you guys want to, Eddie? Were you going to play a song? I wasn't sure, like, if you guys were going to play.
Yeah, we have one song here. John did some guitar work on it. I can play the bass and sing over it.
Yeah, right on.
There might even be somebody in the kitchen that'll sing on the chorus. I don't know.
You got some people that back there ready to go?
There might be one person back there. Let me see here.
All right, let's try it.
This is we mentioned the first record. It was called Everybody's Fault But Ours. This was it's a very power pop type of song that goes over really well live.
Oh, there's somebody going to sing backups.
Uh-oh. This is called Johnny's Got a Girlfriend.
Nice. The first record. If anyone wants it, let us know. We'll send it to you for free.
Johnny says that it's really no big deal. She says that it's really quite a thrill. I heard a friend say they're talking about walking on down the aisle. But they met at the Abbott Candy Festival. What happened after that is really quite debatable. You get the feeling that somebody is gonna go down, down, down. Johnny's got a girlfriend. He says that she's just a friend, even though it's something that is probably gonna end. She says it feels and sounds like a symphony. You get the feeling that it's just the epitome, a situation where somebody is gonna go down, down, down. Johnny says that it's really such a mess. The nearest pretty girls are coming round less. I heard a friend say he's talking about walking on down the line. Ready? Johnny's got a girlfriend. He says that she's just a friend, even though it's something that is probably gonna end. When she gets the news that she's gonna lose, and he's got to choose, and you kind of get the feeling that somebody is gonna go down, down, down. Johnny's got a girlfriend. He says that she's just a friend, even though it's something that is probably gonna end. Johnny's got a girlfriend. He says that she's just a friend, even though it's something that is probably gonna end. Even though it's something that is probably gonna end. Even though it's something that is probably gonna go down, down, down.
I felt like I was hearing.
All right.
Thank you.
I feel like I was hearing like a calliope in there somewhere, but that,
Yeah, I like that. Very
Who was joining in on the backup vocals?
That was actually my wife.
Right on.
What's her
Once
name?
in a great while, she does it on stage, but we try to keep that down to a minimum.
There you go.
I wanna
After
see
maybe,
wives and girlfriends on stage that much,
yeah, it's not rock and roll, but you got to do
I
it
guess
sometime.
Paul McCartney it is, or Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce Springsteen, yes. Definitely.
Yeah.
She's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I think.
Yeah. You know, I didn't mind Linda up there. She was a little better than people made her out to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. So I wanted to ask you too, Eddie, about this band, because I was doing a little recon before it came on, and I see, you know, the bio for the Popravinas, and I see that, well, Eddie was in the legendary band, LA band, the Mutts. And I'm like, you know, I know a lot about music, but I don't know everything. So, and I didn't grow up in LA. So I'm like, oh, I'm curious. So I go to look, and I read a little bit about the band. It sounded super cool. And you guys were playing like the Sunset Strip scene, I guess, a lot back then in the 80s or 90s.
Well, we were playing that scene, but we weren't really in with the, so to speak, the Guns N' Roses and Faster Pussycat crowd, because we didn't have, we were the only band in town that didn't have tattoos. I think I'm still the only musician that doesn't have a tattoo.
Oh, wow.
We didn't have tattoos in the Popravinas.
Wow.
But we were doing stuff that was sort of on the lines of the Replacements before we even knew who the Replacements were.
Yeah.
And then we sort of got labeled a bit that we were sort of like the LA version of the Replacements. And it was a pretty wild time to begin with, that time period in LA. And it became pretty legendary with us because whenever we played, we threw free beer parties afterwards at our Lee Guitars place in Hollywood, which was a very strange place. And sometimes we'd get like 300-400 people there at like 3 a.m. And sometimes the parties would last till like Tuesday or Wednesday. You know, I'd usually leave by Sunday morning, but I've known people that were there for days.
Eddie, I've got to say,
that's awesome.
It is a pleasure to meet you face to face, because when I was 15, I was in a band called Mutt, and I remember the heartbreak of discovering there was a band called the Mutts, and having that 15-year-old conversation of like, man, I don't want to get sued. We got to change the
Well, you know, that's funny. That sounds familiar, but I mean, it turns out there was another band in England called the Mutts.
And there is now.
I think they started. I'm pretty sure they started after us, and a lot of people told us there was a band called the Mutts, MUTZ, that were from New Mexico. And I still have people say sometimes, you know, think that it was the band in England, but I guess you have to say, it's one of those things you have to say, the LA Mutts, the England Mutts, the New Mexico Mutts. But
can you see this, Eddie? Guys, is that familiar? Is that you?
No, that's
the one English Mutts.
That's the one from England.
They sound like the Strokes, because I got confused. They were pretty cool, actually.
If you want to look up more on it, we had a couple records, but the main one was a record called Stinko's Ranch that was named after the party place that I mentioned.
Well, what I wanted to mention is I actually was trying to search for the Mutts, and I had trouble. I think you could probably get it at like Discogs or something like that, but I had trouble. I couldn't find a stream for that. And then I thought, well, YouTube, because YouTube, you know, has almost every obscure band. Like somebody's put it up there, right? But I could not find your album up there, which was bumming me out a little bit.
There is a song up there, though.
There is a song up there, and it's a great video. And I think it's a video actually maybe from one of your famous parties. Yeah. And the song was fucking great. I'm not even kidding you. I love the fucking song. The first time I heard it.
It's called Funnest Girl.
It's a great song. It's awesome. It's Replacement's vibe, but on its own, it's a killer track. So I'm gonna have to now buy that, because like I can imagine the whole album's like that. It was fantastic.
Yeah, the album it actually back then got an A in Entertainment Weekly, which was crazy because, you know, it was just an independent record. But you know, I mean, it did really well, especially with critics. Critics loved it, but as you see, that can only get you so far.
yeah. Well, it's not usually based on talent, that's for sure. So we're gonna put Eddie on the spot. You got a song by the Mutts for us? No, I'm just kidding. Relive those legendary
Oh, yeah,
stereo.
I thought this was about the Popravinas. Come on.
Yeah.
Well, that's your history, brother. That's your
We,
history.
we play some of their songs once in a while, you know.
Do you really? Okay.
We
that's cool.
have a little. I try to stay away from them, but there's a couple we play occasionally.
Yeah.
There's the record. There's the back.
So there's the record. So I wanted to mention quickly because John, and actually now hearing that Eddie's from Pittsburgh, and see, I'm from Buffalo. That's my hometown. You're from Albany, John.
Albany.
which my first concert was at SPAC.
Oh, really? What was it? So was mine, actually. The Beach Boys.
I'm a little older than you probably. Fleetwood Mac. I was young, but it was Fleetwood Mac Rumors tour. That was actually, I can say I
was too young for that, but mine was the Beach Boys. But actually, I remember Firefall was the opening band. Do you remember them? So
I do remember Firefall.
Technically, my first live band was Firefall, which isn't.
That's
really
awesome. Yeah. And I was at SPAC, and of course, everybody's passing around weed, and my buddy and I were like 12, and so we started smoking it. We thought we were high, but I don't think we were high, but we thought we were.
I want to play SPAC. That's the one place I haven't played. Well, there's many, but the one I'd love to play would be Saratoga Performing Arts Center. So
oh, it's amazing.
Someday I'll play there. It'll happen.
Yeah, and the other thing about John is he lives in Cali, which is awesome, but he actually went to college for some reason at Niagara University, the cold, right near where I grew up in Buffalo, north side of Buffalo. Literally
the Canadian border. That's where my dorm room was, on the Canadian border on the Niagara River. Yeah,
it's a nice campus though. It's really cool.
It was interesting. It was fun. It was great. It was a legacy. It was a family legacy. So my dad was proud. He was asked to leave 3 times. He was actually kicked out of college a couple times. So they still let me in. They charged us double. When I went there, they charged us double.
We know that. Father is a legendary guy in Albany to this day.
He's a legend. He actually during this pandemic, he did a toast of whiskey at 5 p.m. for 70 days straight for the healthcare workers. So he gets about 20 times more likes and views than the Popravinas, but it's okay.
He sounds like a legend.
As Eddie has said many times, I'm in a band with the wrong guy here.
With the wrong guy.
I think you need to take him on tour as your opener.
Yeah,
actually, he did go on the Pennsylvania.
Yeah, he went to the. Yeah, he gets around. He doesn't like to.
In Pittsburgh, he was there.
Yep, he was there. He's still around. He's a big music fan, so I get all my music taste from him. He was a big '60s music guy, so. And he was love with the California sound, so that's where I get it from.
Oh, cool. So somebody's from Buffalo on our stream. Hey, John. I'm from Buffalo too.
How did you guys get Popravinas? How did that come to be?
Yeah, what is that all about?
The name of Popravinas?
That's all, Eddie. I still don't know. I'm still wondering.
It actually came a long time ago. I was visiting some relatives up around Philly, and they had a cabin there. And I had an uncle who was a little bit like John's father, pretty big partier, and he had a big night of drinking till like 2 or 3 in the morning, and he slept in his Volkswagen, and there was a bubbling brook there, and I had gotten up. It was around 7 in the morning. I was only about 14, and he went over the brook and took a Budweiser out of it and looked at me, and he goes, "You see this? This is a Popravina, first drink of the morning." He's 100% like my mother, 100% Czechoslovakian. He said it was an old Czech term for like the party after the party.
Oh, perfect.
It always struck me like a good name for a band.
Yeah,
it is a great name. It's great for logos, for pieces.
And we're not picky how you pronounce it. You can pronounce it in any way you want. Whatever, Do
you guys do a toast at the Popravina
Well, we definitely do a toast on stage, but you
don't want to toast your own band name. It seems weird. Do you guys want me to see? I haven't shared screens on this, but it can't be hard to do. I could play Your Hard Way to Make a Living video and share the screen. So.
Let's get you on there. You're in there twice, I believe, at the 5-second mark and the 17-second mark.
Yeah, it got me a lot of dates, that video.
Yeah, your best side, I heard.
It got me my wife, who's right over. I saw you in the Popravinas video. Oh my god! All right, let me see if I can make this work.
You can do it. We have faith in you.
All right. So I got to go share screen. Let's see. All right.
See, what you're doing is a hard way to make an easy living. That's,
know.
there you go.
Entire screen, sure.
By the way, I love the title of that first album. Was it Everybody's Fault But Ours?
Yeah, everybody's fault but ours. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a story behind that too. There's always a story.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, look at that. Almost at 1,000. How about that?
So is this working?
Hello, I'm Kat. Here's a brand new one from the Popravinas.
There he is. Woo!
Woohoo! Heard you say you're gonna make a change around this time last year. Probably put a better face on things as you're climbing way up the tier. Just can't seem to make any sense how you're standing around. Go ahead and play it stupid, go play it as a big clown. Every day is another stage, beats hanging around. Hold your wallet close to your heart and guess who's coming around. 'Cause it's a hard way to make an easy living. It's a hard way. It's true. 'Cause it's a hard way to make an easy living. It's a hard way. So true. Just pretend you don't really see a thing. Block out all the sounds. Watch your problems go on a sideshow somewhere in this town. 'Cause it's a hard way to make an easy living. It's a hard way. It's true. 'Cause it's a hard way to make an easy living. It's a hard way. So true. Hard way to make an easy living. It's a hard way to make an easy living. It's a hard way to make an easy living. It's a hard way to make an easy living. It's true.
That's great. Love it.
Now,
I'm sorry. I think I
Right.
clapped over it. So, John, I noticed that you were going back and forth between the Rickenbacker and what was it, a Telecaster?
What's that?
Are you going between a Rickenbacker and a Telecaster on that video?
Oh, there's a Dan Electro actually.
Oh, okay.
I actually I had a great a black 360 Rickenbacker, but I sold it to my brother-in-law when I needed some money about 10 years ago, but he has agreed to not sell it and maybe sell it back to me someday if I behave. So it's safe and sound in the family at this point. I'll get it back someday though.
Speaking of his brother-in-law goes on the road with us as a keyboard player.
Yeah, and guitar player. Yeah, he's our secret weapon. He's played with us in played with us in Vegas and on all the East Coast shows. So
Wow,
yeah,
that's awesome.
Brian Haney. I actually tried to get him on, but he didn't. He's dealing with his
He's
kid.
a little hard to catch sometimes.
He just said he had to bail out for kid duties, but he's based out of Charleston, but he does live audio for a bunch of events there. He's great. So Brian Haney,
Cool.
audio
Hey.
design and solutions. Yeah.
Hey, Brian. Hey, Brian. Yeah, that Dan Electro has a pretty cool tone.
Yeah, for a great price too. I think it was
Yeah.
like $300, and can't beat it. It was
Yeah,
great.
no, that is a good deal. So now, who is the lady giving you a smooch in the video?
Oh, my mom was mad that we mentioned my dad and not her, so this is my mom.
Oh, all right.
Retired Lieutenant Colonel.
Oh, really? That's
yeah.
awesome.
Lovely.
Graduated.
They were great hosts when we played in Albany.
Yeah.
Wow.
She went to Niagara University as well. So.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome. I went to Albany. I played tennis in high school as a thing, and
wow.
I made it to the state tournament with my friend at the same high school. We qualified, and we went to Albany, which is a big deal when you're in high school. We traveled on the bus to Albany and stay in a hotel. There was a coach for the Western New York team, but
nice.
And we stayed at a Holiday Inn there, somewhere near SUNY Albany, and I had met a guy on the bus because it's crazy, a little year older than me. This guy Chuck, who played at this other high school, and he talked me into going out the night before I was playing a match. My buddy wouldn't go out because we had a match the next morning. So this was back when the drinking age was 18, but we snuck out to some bar, some disco thing in Albany at the Holiday Inn instead of taking it seriously, and we snuck in this bar and we met some girls from Casanova College.
Wow.
And
that's like near Syracuse, I think.
Go on.
Yeah, and then.
I told you guys, my wife's over.
So did you win or did you lose? What happened at the match the next day?
My friend was pretty pissed at me because I was out until 5 in the morning.
You weren't gonna turn pro. Come on, live a little.
No, that's what I mean, right? In retrospect. But then we actually got to the finals of the consolation round, which, for some strange reason, people in Buffalo made a big deal out of it. But it was you have to understand that means you lost in the first round. And we went to the finals of the consolation round, and we were actually on the news, on TV, when we get to the finals of the consolation round, which is weird. Well, because we were in the losers bracket, we were the kings of the losers bracket.
You're like the Lars Ulrich of Worcester, New York, right?
With a headband.
Isn't he he was like a tennis pro, right, in Denmark?
Yeah, he was Davis Cup dude. So what's next for the Popravinas?
New record, I guess. We can't play any shows, so we're forced to
new record. We're pushing forward with it. It'll probably be a few months or so, but it's coming together pretty well at this point in time.
Yeah.
Should be somewhat of a rockin' record, I believe. A lot of power pop, and some of the alt country.
We usually use about 4 chords. We're thinking of using 5 this record. So
occasionally, yeah.
We're definitely gonna stay in the same key, but we might expand to another chord this record.
There might be one coming in another key.
Don't get too crazy. You can always change a key in the last verse.
You got to keep it simple. Give the people what they want.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, so prior to the pandemic, how often would you guys play live, and what was it like? What's the LA live music scene like for you guys and bands that you might play with?
Well, we had to go out of town a lot for our kind of music to play. Although there is a great bar that has live music in Long Beach called The Pike, which is awesome and supportive, and actually run by the old drummer from Social Distortion. It's a great bar. But other than that, we usually kind of traveled up north, up the coast, and to some other surrounding states. For our kind of music, it seemed like we kind of had to get out of town a bit.
We also kind of enjoy getting out of town some. We turned it into sort of long weekends of fun, and that way you don't play in front of the same people all the time. I mean, that's the one thing about LA, and that goes back to even the days of the Mutts. I mean, you'd see a lot of the same. Not that it's bad, but a lot of the same people all the time. Whereas this band, we've really covered a lot of ground. I mean, just later last summer, we went up to Reno, and that was an experience in itself.
Sacramento's a good place.
Yeah, Sacramento was great. So it's interesting to see different people and get reactions from people that have either heard it on independent radio or haven't heard it at all. and we, you know, sometimes we play a couple sets, and you know, we throw in some covers too. So, you know, we've really kind of enjoyed playing out of town more than playing in LA.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Chris? Have you played out of town from Chicago?
With other bands, not with my own thing.
Okay.
No.
It's hard to do, you know, especially I think a solo acoustic would be harder, but I know like you can do the slingshot thing if you're a band like in Chicago. You can like, you know, go to Milwaukee or St. Louis and then play the same place and go back like every few months. Is how you want to do it, because then you build up that fan base, you know, and they expect you, they like you, and then they're like, oh, it's up. I'm guessing that when you go to Sacramento, you probably play the same venue when you go up there.
Yeah,
we were going to till the pandemic.
Yeah.
Well, we have some good opportunities. It's just it's more hard to get the gear in different places. So if we have friends that we can, you know, hopefully stay with or borrow some gear, or our fifth Popravina, Brian Haney, can meet us with his gear. So, you know, we definitely want to hit Chicago and St. Louis and those places, and Pittsburgh again. That was a lot of fun and real successful. And, you know, it's just kind of hard to travel knowing that you need to have, you know, gear at a lot of places, you know, that a lot of places don't have a back line. Some do, but
yeah.
You know,
we can do it easier in California because you can make the drive, you know, within a few hours or so. But it's worked out pretty well when we've done it back east. We learned a lot, especially last year. So we were prepared to do a lot more till this current situation.
That's all right. We're actually thinking about maybe doing vinyl for the first time and not doing any compact discs or anything else physical, and trying the vinyl only route. So
people like vinyl.
Goes, you know?
Vinyl's the thing nowadays. As long as you're on streaming, you give them the digital option. The people are going to have that.
Yeah, it seemed like the only reason to have physical CDs was for reviewers, basically, and now most of them are kind of don't really care. So, you know, we might try vinyl. I don't know. Have you done that, Christopher? Have you tried anything physical copies wise? Or?
The last my last solo record came out on CD, and I've had a couple other projects come out on vinyl, and I'm pretty sure there's boxes available if anyone.
The thing is, like CD, like the audio
quality,
have a couple around. You know, the compression you get online. I mean, when you do listen to a CD, like the sound quality is just so great.
I mean, the heartbreaking thing is most people listen on tiny phone speakers, and that's all they ever listen to. So they're never gonna understand all the hours you put into making it sound great, and it just gets boiled down to like a little earbud. But you know, that's why I think if people are gonna buy the vinyl, they're gonna appreciate the sound quality more. You know, I don't think anyone really even has a CD player anymore, except for a car. You know?
No, and even that's pretty absolutely.
We have a 300 CD changer in our house because my wife is still stuck on the CD. She's a product of the 80s, and she remains that.
I love CDs.
CDs are great.
Yeah, I mean, they're still easy to use. The problem is every 10th CD it gets stuck, and it sounds like some, you know, EM sample. You know.
Yeah, and there's some stuff you can't duplicate that you had on CD because it's just not on streaming, you know. So you're stuck.
Don't throw away your CDs, but
no.
I still have mine. I threw away the cases. You know, I got to make some room.
Yeah, and John, where were you on that video when you're like on this like beautiful, like The Sound of Music, and you're like out there?
Oh, that's Yosemite National Park. So that's at the top of Sentinel Dome, which is across a valley to Half Dome, which is the famous hike that everyone knows, Half Dome. So that's Yosemite National Park.
Awesome.
So my girlfriend's family have a place nearby there, so we go up there a lot. Like to say hi to her. Hi, Lauren.
Yeah, that's a beautiful.
She's the official band photographer and videographer because she's awesome.
Really?
At that
Oh my god! Because your videos, I was going to ask who does your videos because they're.
Oh yeah, Lauren Hemming. She's an amazing photographer and videographer.
All right, bands. Go see Lauren.
She has great equipment, and her cameras are pretty good too.
All right, well, bands on Kelly. Go see Lauren because that's some amazing, cool videos at the Popravinas.
Yeah, she's great, and that helped a lot. And we do everything ourselves. We don't have the budget for anything. So, you know,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So can we make like a food exchange? Like, what do you guys want from Chicago? You guys send
Pizza.
DJ BK, Chris, and I. You guys go to Pink's and you get us a bunch of dogs. And
You don't want In and Out?
or In and Out? Yeah, give me an animal.
I'd go for In and Out
Give me
over
an animal style. Yeah, give me an animal style.
or the Habit. Habit's actually maybe a little better, but
yeah.
I'll give you one of each.
All right, we can send you some Chicago pie pizza.
I think we'd get the better deal. Hamburgers kind of lose their character after about 5 minutes, but pizza you can freeze.
I know, right? We can send you like a half baked, and then you guys will be perfect.
Yeah.
Set to go.
Actually, strangely, Sacramento has a place that has great Chicago style pizza. Sacramento is a great city, so
Oh, cool.
I recommend it.
Never been there. I've been to San
Better
Fran.
than expected place.
Yeah, a lot better than you think. It's like it's a big small town.
I like those places, man. It's like Buffalo.
Yeah.
Buffalo's fun too. They're
Real people, man. Authentic.
yeah.
Well, guys, man, I think we're getting close to 10, so I think we're going to cut it unless you guys have something else you want to talk about. Up to you.
No, but that's real good. Really, thank you a lot.
Thanks for having us on. Yeah, and thanks Chris for joining us and for playing for us this time.
Yeah, Chris.
Yeah, I'm glad I was able to figure out that screen share thing so people could see that cool video, get another great Popravinas song in there.
And,
So look for an album from you guys, Popravinas, probably within the next several months, right?
yeah, we're thinking
I would
maybe
say within
October,
a few months. Yeah.
probably October-ish. We have a constant debate whether it's better to release an album towards the end of the year to try to get on some end of the year list or the first of the year to make it seem newer, longer. So we might have to flip a coin. What do you guys think?
I don't know.
What's better, later in the year or first of the year?
I think later in the year.
Better. What do you think,
That's
Chris? What do you think? Later in the year or first of the year?
I just release stuff as soon as I finish it. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that too. If you've got good shit, just release it, man.
I might normally say first of the year, which is what we've done, but this year,
Yeah.
I don't think there are any rules this year.
Yeah, there are no rules, nothing set.
I like Chris's time is just a man-made construct. I like that view. When it's done, it's done.
When it's ready, man, just
He's
flip
got
it.
good taste in music. I've seen all three of the people he mentioned live, actually. Vanilla Ice, Kiss, and Cheap Trick. So
Oh wow.
great right there, yeah.
I've seen two of those. I haven't seen Vanilla Ice.
He was good. He opened for MC Hammer. It was a good show, actually.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bill.
I saw
How's that?
Grandmaster Flash,
Really? Wow, that's amazing.
and they brought out props too.
Wow. What's anyone seen anyone good this year before it closed down? What's the last band you saw?
Wow. Fuck.
Can we see Sloan this year?
Sloan?
Yeah.
I saw Sloan in was it November maybe?
Yeah.
It was
I saw you at that show.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I did see you, Chris. Yeah, Sloan is amazing.
I think we're both lucky and we're in cities that everyone passes through, so there's no shortage of good shows,
Yeah, I haven't seen like a big concert in a while, but a lot of good club concerts.
Oh, the Avid Brothers. We saw the Avid Brothers.
You saw them? That's cool.
Yeah, I think it was somewhere in the early winter. I can't remember. It's all a blur. But it's a long time ago. It's all too long ago.
I don't know. I saw the Smithereens and Material Issue last summer. That was great.
Oh, who's singing for the Smithereens?
That was Marshall Crenshaw.
Marshall Crenshaw?
Oh, yeah.
That's
That was-
Yeah.
At least
And then Phil Gotti he does the lead for Material Reissue.
Yes, Phil and Gotti does Material Reissue, and they're amazing. Then they had to end with Ted and what's his name, Mike,
Cool.
the original Material Issue guys. That was great.
Well, hopefully we'll get out there and see some bands again.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, we got to
I would like to get there.
get you
Definitely.
guys out to Shy and
Yeah.
rock out.
We'll be there. Invite us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We'll come out with a couple of the bands I work with here to LA. We'll swap.
Yeah, you can borrow some equipment if you need
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Just don't
Okay.
break it.
You can sing backups to Johnny's Got a Girlfriend.
Yeah, we let anyone do it these days.
I'd scare some people, but okay. You want me
That's
to?
all right. It'll be an improvement.
I'll get up there with those.
Yeah, it won't hurt with us.
We're not protected.
We should look for you at the next protest, right? At a protest near you.
I don't know.
On the hour.
I've only been to one so far, but yeah, I'm getting pretty pumped up.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Bring your guitar out there.
pretty quiet. Yeah, that's the one thing I thought. I thought for sure someone would build a huge stage and there'd be some bands playing. Like, you know, that's the only good part of that would come of all of this. You know, I feel the movies from the '60s. You're like, oh, next time there's a huge social uprising, there'll be awesome concerts. But you know, that was good.
I would love to do it. Set something up. Is there like a field somewhere we can set up some music?
Yeah.
Man, right, Christopher?
I just want to hear someone play the theme from Rocky. Just
Nice.
it's just oh,
There you go.
it's so
Get
bad.
some stairs, jump up.
Bill Conti protest
Oh,
music.
yeah. Very nice. We'll have Herb Alpert open up.
He's still around. All right.
All right,
You gotta
guys.
get going.
All right,
Still-
thanks a lot.
early
Really
here.
appreciate it.
That was awesome, man. I really appreciate all you guys coming out and playing
thank you.
music. You guys are awesome and really fun to talk to you too. So I really, really do appreciate that you guys came out.
Yeah,
for
thank
having us,
you.
man.
Do it again sometime.
Thanks for playing us and supporting all the local or the indie
Definitely,
music,
thank
local
you.
music, every
Both of
music.
you guys, man. Anything you have new when the show's back on, of course, I would play you guys.
We'll give you an exclusive one before the album comes out. I'll send one to you.
Nice. Awesome. All right,
Cool.
guys. Thank you so much, man.
Okay.
Have a good night.
All right. Good night.
Later.
All right, Zane. You can turn it off. You were even mentioned